Okay, for those who stumble upon my stream, once again, I am doing these streams, at least for now, to practice, to learn OBS in particular, when you're probably writing some plugins for OBS here soon, but also to learn how to stream in general, which means using all kinds of tools like OBS or Rumble or YouTube, and then using this opportunity to tell people about my website, streamteam.com, where I have several apps that I've made up there. And the most recent one is category 6 on the main page, which is games. So I actually, and all of these tools are really ultimately practice for me to learn how to use AI to make software. I've been making software since I was 10 years old. Let's see, that was 1983. I started coding, and that's my career, obviously. And so my career was either going to go away entirely because AI just takes it, or it's going to be like all the tools in the past that make coding faster. You master them and use them, you'll get replaced by them. So we'll see how that's going to go. But I've been using this opportunity to make this website, streamteam.com, and all these apps and this game that's on there. Most recent app I made is a game. I'm using AI. So if you use a tool every day for years, you can get good at it. That's what I've been doing, is making these apps and making them all the way to completion, where they're actually packaged and ready for people to buy them and the whole bit. To make myself go through and prove that I can use AI to make all aspects of full production software. And so this touchscreen that you can see over here, it's two of them actually. They are one of those apps, essentially. You can buy these touchscreens super cheap online, and on my website I talk about that, and including on Amazon. And then my software, it comes in two parts. One part is a C++ ESP32 chip type code that gets uploaded onto these touchscreens, and it turns them into skin, multi-menu skin playback touchscreens. And I say it real generic like that because you can use the skins for whatever you want. So there's a Python side that runs on your Windows PC. Python is a computer language. It's written in Python. I'm just saying that for nerds that care, but it's a Windows app, and it runs on your desktop, on your Windows, and it allows you to create skins, set up skins, organize multiple devices all together into loadouts that all can get skins sent to them all at once. Like in my case, I have 8 of these touchscreens set up on my desk here. I don't have them all set up yet. Just these 2 are set up for Star Citizen right now. I have to create the rest of the skins, and I'm going to be creating videos showing those skins being created. And then I will have, once I get all those skins done, I'll have my complete Star Citizen set up here, like I said, with 8 of these touchscreens, each one with basically the same menus, but then I can just, on each touchscreen, just pick a different menu. Actually, I think I want to swap these. Like that. So I can pick a different skin, because when I upload, I'm uploading a whole menu's worth of several skins. You can have one if you want, but you can also upload 1,000 of them and have them all linked together in a menuing system like I've done here. And then you can upload the same skin. Like this will be my Star Citizen skin, and I'll upload it onto all 8 of these touchscreens once I get them all done. And then I can just, on each touchscreen, have one touchscreen set to my mining touchscreen, another touchscreen set to salvaging, another touchscreen set to hauling, another touchscreen set to FPS combat, another touchscreen set to land vehicle you know, driving around, you know, whatever. But I can have them all separately sitting there ready to go on touch screens. Or you can have one touch screen, just one of these devices, and do all the exact same thing. Because you can just, like I said, it's a menuing system. Each skin can be tied together with links that point to the other skins, so that you can have as many as you want on there on a single device. So maybe you want to start off cheap and get one device, and maybe it's like 35 bucks or something like that. And now you have one of these. And this holder back here, I show all this stuff in a video on the website, but this holder back here is just some cheap little, like a tablet holder from Amazon. You can stack two of these laptops on top of it. And it was like $8 for that or something, for that holder. So you could set up yourself an entire like spaceship console if you're into Star Citizen or some games like that. But you can also use it for other apps as well, because the way these devices, I have them set up, is one of the modes you can put them in is Bluetooth keyboard mode. So then they just show up to Windows as Bluetooth keyboards. Windows thinks you have, in my case, like 8 Bluetooth keyboards plugged in. It doesn't care. And then you can separate all of Star Citizen's keyboard keystrokes out that you have set up across all your skins, and then really control Star Citizen that way. Or if you don't care about Star Citizen, you want to control some other game, set your skins up for that. Because you create your own skins, they're just pictures with hot spots on them with commands of what keys that they represent. Maybe you don't want to use them for gaming at all. You want to use them to control all your Adobe Photoshop type controls or something. You can do that as well, because once again, they're basically just Bluetooth keyboards that you customize to be whatever you want, with images and hotspots. Anyway, so contracts, hauling. That's my mandatory intro, since I'm using these Star Citizen sessions to show off and talk about my website and all the apps that I have on there. All I'm really trying to do each time I get on here for now is get my my reputation with Covalix for hauling up to experience. I got to do a few more of these to do that. And I need to jump to Everest Harbor. So Everest Harbor. Bed logged out here because her L3 would not let me in last night. It was the last step of my mission. Just not let me in. So I need to set a wait to this harbor. And it won't let me. I'm all the way over there. I would have to pass through the star to get there and do that. Boom. Jump up to here first. can see me sitting there using the touch screens and you can hear Star Citizen reacting whenever I touch the touch screen. Like right there, I just turned on quantum mode. There is my indicator for where I set my grip. I want those two up there. I think their servers are still having issues. Why I was able to complete the mission last night. Okay. And it just nowhere. I don't see it anymore. Right again. I saw a collector right there, straight that way. One of this Everest Harbor, straight over there, but I'd have to pass through that star to get there. That's but that means it'd be like over this way. Of course, it's not showing me anything else. It's only trying to show me the navigate. Now I can see other places. Jump around the stars.
Drive is now on.
I did not go in the direction I meant to, but it doesn't matter. I don't need to go there right now. Get around the star. Probably. I don't know. Drop out of quantum. Touch screen.
Quantum drive is now off.
Start. I wonder how many times in the past I thought the thing was just broke, but it's really just I couldn't get over. to squeeze it in there. The button on the top left says thrust, and the bottom left says quantum. All, since they're just pictures, the skins, make them look any way I want. That means I don't need to follow the nomenclature used by Star Citizen. So, like, all to me means power. It's all the power on and off of the ship. And then thrust is just the engines. Same thing on any keyboard, Star Citizen. Okay. Shields on. West to landing. See if it works unlike last night. And it does. Servers are at least working well enough to give me a hangar. Gear down. still got stuff left. I couldn't make the delivery. That's right. Wall dog. That. How's it going? But I just moved it over now. Slow. Okay. I think what's going on here is that it's just some of the stuff is visible or whatever the server is doing. Server is having a hard time keeping up. Last time I just kind of walked around here with the house and all the boxes were there. More of them were there. 8, 12, 17. 8, 7, 13, 17. Screwed up. Right through the needle. Now that one is first dropped on. First drop. Back. More stuff left in here from last night. Right? On the way. pretty small loads. And even with some left over from last night. This isn't really a hauling ship, I just that way for convenience sake. This is a smaller ship, easier to fly around. I got this medical bay here, so like if I'm getting low on water and food, I don't have to mess around with eating, drinking. I can just lay down here for a few seconds, let it fill me up. And medical ship. It just injects nutrients in the veins or whatever. This thing's been having, see my suit here, icy. I bet if I didn't have my helmet on, I would have been choking to death because I've got a bug in the game. This ship, probably other ship, where it thinks you're outside in space all of a sudden, walking around in your ship. And if you don't have a helmet on, then that's like being out in space. I've just been walking around with my helmet. I'm just messing around with my camera angle. I was trying to see if there's some way to get close enough to actually be just inside of the ship's glass that will look back in on the cockpit. I saw Del Norton doing that the other day, but he knows how to do fancy camera stuff or something. Yeah, it's probably settings. I don't know, hundreds of different controls you could set up in this game. It's crazy. Anyway, load it up. Thruster's going. Traffic control to let us out of here. I really like these touchscreens for Star Citizen. When I was first starting it, it was difficult enough to figure out how to not just crash constantly, let alone all of your different controls for everything. That's where I started thinking about these touch screens. Like, yeah, I would like to have these controls that you can see in the ship, but for real. So I thought, what's the thing on the keyboard I'm supposed to press? I just look over and see the picture of thrust and press it. I don't remember what the keys are for it. I don't need to. Wait, should they? To let off it. Not really sure. They're helpful. It up, see if it gets some kind of nice shot. Ships flying. Great. Let's make sure and get in here without hitting any of these rocks.
Shield system online.
Okay, let's go traffic control. Let me in. I got a delivery to make here. Alright, finally let me have a hangar. Okay, it's over there on the other side. Oh. I was changing direction and speed too fast. Started to make G-forces make me black out. Nice and easy landing. Turn off the thrusters. Let's get out of here. This one actually has two. This is Hurrah 4, so 2 of the 4 is actually here. So this is going to be a really short mission. That's why I packed them up this way, because all the ones in the back go here. Green, 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 so that's all good. Got everything correctly in there. Let's go and pull some of these out, get them ready for the next stop. Alright, close her up. We're all ready for the next 2 deliveries, next 2 stops. Alright. Traffic control, let us out. Thrusters on. Got a little bit more power into the thrust. And my shield's already maxed.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Okay, let's jump to here.
System offline.
Okay. Okay, on our way to our next drop off. As you can see, these touchscreens just work really well. They do a little flash after you touch them. It's things like that that I've added, features like that I've added in from using them for the past year, because I'm primarily making them for myself to want to use. And so if it's good enough for me, I figured, other people out there might want to use them also. If the software is easy enough for me to do it just for gaming, then it's probably easy enough for anyone who's really wanting to use it for other things as well, actual business things. Like I said, running other apps like, I don't know, Adobe Photoshop or something. So whatever streamers use those stream decks for, this could do the same thing as a stream deck. You control the skin look of it. And you have that, obviously, that menuing system there built in that you can control. So you could, as a streamer, have it control all of your OBS and all that. Not that I've done that yet. Like I said, I'm learning all this streaming stuff right now. I will code up some OBS stuff when I get around to having a million other things to do still. Lots of content I have to create for this streamteam.com. using AI as like a business consultant to help me come up with ideas of how to get people to even find out that streamteam.com exists. And its current suggestion, which I'm working hard on following, I got videos and YouTube channels and stuff created today, getting ready to really launch it, is its suggestion as well. Create a YouTube short per day, at least one per day, using the tools, using the apps that I'm trying to get people to get interested in. And so that's what I'm doing. I've already been creating content using those tools, but its suggestion was basically at least one short video per day. Basically, the reason is apparently most people who use YouTube use their phones. That seems like madness to me, but I've been using a computer since I was 10 years old or something, so it's probably more natural to me to use computers with monitors, and just bigger monitors and more of them and stuff, whereas a lot of people just use phones. Most people just use phones. Like 99% of people just use phones. It's crazy looking at the stats. So I'm going to embark on that and see if AI was correct, if that's the right approach to take. So there's content like that I've been creating and putting up on top of doing these streams here to try to get people to create, because these streams are creating content as well. That's mainly these 2 books I read on being an entrepreneur and AI suggestions have all been basically the same thing. Create content, get as much content out there as possible. And so that's what I'm doing, even though my career has been computer programming. I've created content as part of my jobs for some things, like when you create presentations at work for leadership and stuff like that. So I've done presentations to customers on a few occasions, helping out salespeople, but mostly I don't create content, I create code. But it's just another skill and get practice at, and just like anything else, I have AI to help me get good at it, like asking it what's the name of different camera angles, and what camera angle, when should I use those different camera angles and things like that for creating content. So with AI there to help, instead of me having to read like 20 books to find that one answer, because only one of them even talked about it or something, I just have AI now to be able to help. It's better than having a bunch of books that I've read. Let's get my landing gear out. I didn't do my V2L, no wonder I'm kind of zipping around in here. Thrust off. Let's get out of here and unload. So 3 ice. Okay. Alright, one more. Done with this mission. Let's try to do one mission each day. Create, save, a video each day, and get some more chances of people seeing that text up there saying custom touchscreens from streamteam.com. And also gives me a little playtime. I can't do work 100% of the time. I can, but I shouldn't. Because what if it doesn't work out and nobody ever comes in and nobody's ever interested in the software? Nobody wants to work with me on any of it. Well, then that would mean I spent my whole life on shit that nobody gave a crap about. So I'll put a little bit of time in Star Citizen, at least. So her L1. Quantum on, get lined up. And jump. There, yep, nice. Quick. Alright, let's get in here quick and get this done. Hopefully it does not screw me over like it did last night and won't let me in. That's what happened. I got to the very end of the mission, and then the server was dying. I could hear other streamers saying, well, it was two, I guess, because they were in the same stream together, but saying, because I was on the same server with them, saying that it was not working out for them either. Different things were not working when they were trying to use whatever it was in the game. They were using all kinds of different things because the server was just dying. It was, I don't know, memory leak or whatever their problem is where that stuff happens.
Please proceed to assigned landing.
Nice. Put it close to me this time. Thank you.
present state.
Yeah, too much off to the left. Or right. Not enough to the left. There we go. That should do it. It's alright. I guess I needed it anyway a little bit. Alright. Got a little bit of reputation there. A little bit. Take a few more to get there. Then I'm back to Everest Harbor. Traffic control, let me out. jump.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Right through the atmosphere. Who's this? A very damaged something. Looks like he doesn't have any wings. Yeah, well, screw it. The server is so freaking... I mean, I'm not even telling it to move. It's just moving around on its own. Don't want to crash into it. Okay. Alright, give me a place to land, please.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
What's going on over here? Somebody doing one of those types of pickups. Thank you. Off angle there a little bit. Put the landing gear on.
Engines offline.
the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage. Please visit us again.
All right, that's it. If anyone stumbles across this video, once again, please consider, as the text there says on the screen, check out streamteam.com. I'm a professional software developer. I've been doing it since I was 10 years old, 1983. Been coding, and that's my whole career. And I could keep making business software forever, or if a bunch of people join me, I know people do Kickstarters and stuff like that. I'm not trying to do a Kickstarter if I don't have to. I prefer just to try to get the word out there and have a bunch of people go, oh yeah, I would like to do AI tools at home, or I would like, that looks like some neat touch screens. I would like to make some of my own. Um, if so, come join at streamteam.com. Your money is going to, that when you buy stuff from me, will encourage me, obviously, to keep going. I've made lots of stuff in the past, and sometimes some people bought them and it turned out being worth doing, and other times not. It was just a hobby, and basically a waste of time. So I put a bunch of time into this already, basically 7 days a week for 2 years. So um, all my evenings and weekends. So if you see anything here that's interesting, try it out. Give me feedback. That will help drive this forwards. If there's people out there who find out about it and want it to go forwards, I could work for you and make things for you, the public. I can make big things. I know how to make really big things. That's what my whole career has been. But I don't know what to build, really. I want to find out from all of you what to build. What do you want? That's what I normally ask that people employ me or pay me as a contractor. As okay, what do you want? Let's set some meetings and write it down. What do you want? And then I will design it and build it. And I can do that for lots of things. As you can see, if you go to streamteam.com, you can see all kinds of apps that are um, either AI based or I used AI to help me build them. I did that with all of them, including the most recent one I just put up the other day. It's a game. It's a simple game that is sort of like a board game type thing that people do that are into things like I don't know, maybe crossword puzzles or maybe that Wordle game or something like that. It's not a, well, I guess it is somewhat of a word-based game because you have to guess the word for these pictures. So, but anyway, it's a game that is free and you go over and check out, and it's in a it's a browser. It's a browser game, and I used AI to help me make it, help me design it and make it. Not that it was a one-shot thing. I had to go through a few different iterations of games before we came up with the one that was really worth finishing, which that one is. Anyway, um, thank you for anyone who happens to come by and watches. Later.